Well, if you've ever had a road trip before, you know that the occasional stop via Macca's is kind of a bit of a tradition. But for the Rehayem guys, the Pack Performance boys, well, they had a bit of an unscheduled stop at Macca's at Yamanto. You made it all the way to Yamanto, then something unusual happened. Talk us through that.
Yeah, look, a 13-hour drive, flawless, and then we a couple of minutes away from the track, and the oil pressure warning light turns on in the truck, and everybody's in stress mode then. So we sort of limped it to McDonald's, and obviously we were tired, so we sat down and had a rest and ate first. And then we went to diagnosing the truck, and normally you always work on the race car. The truck's the last thing you worry about. But yeah, it turned out to be a faulty oil pressure switch. We actually had to do some roadside repairs. We went to a shop up the road here in Ipswich and borrowed a oil pressure gauge out of a customer's car. And then we screwed it onto the truck, started it up, made sure it had oil pressure, it was all good. And so we blocked it off and just limped home today. Limped here to the racetrack, and we're going to find our oil pressure switch for it today during the day.
Just one of the many, many jobs to do. Now, let's get serious for a second, because that Mazda behind you right now could be a world record holder once again this weekend. The record sits at 6.27 seconds. Can you beat it this weekend?
Look, yeah, that's the plan. Willowbank always has a good racetrack, and this time of year the weather is really good. So as soon as those temperatures drop, provided we've got a good sticky racetrack, we're going to definitely go out and chase it. So, we don't like to be number two, but the guys here and the car is good. George has been driving good. There's plenty of horsepower. Last weekend we tested in Sydney, went 640 at 221. So all the writing's on the wall. We just need some track conditions and all the stars align, and we'll be there.
Let's just take a second to appreciate what kind of numbers we're talking here. This is a rotary engine, for goodness sakes, pushing out incredible speed. Talk us through this motor and what the potential plans might be to help it go even faster one day.
Yeah, look, it's a three-rotor running on methanol with a big turbocharger, big Garrett GDX turbo. We're probably making in the vicinity of about 1,900 horsepower. That's from the car's weight. We don't dyno at that power, but the plan is to try and run sort of mid 220 to high 220 mile an hour. And then I think if we can get the chassis dialed in, we'll probably run a low 6.1 or even in the 6.0s in the not too distant future.
So cool. Now, there's Pro Effects category happening this weekend. Pro Factory Extreme, there's a lot of heavy hitters. You've got the gas boys here, the jet cars are here as well. Let's have a look over this category. Where do you guys see yourself sitting amongst those competitors this weekend?
Look, Factory Extreme, it's huge. It's all these late model cars. There's Nissan, there's Mitsubishi, there's Toyota, there's Mazda, obviously. And it's all current technology, turbocharged, fuel injected. It's really, really current. This is all cutting edge, billet blocks, big horsepower. Like four cylinders running 670s and 680s. Rotaries running 630s. The six-cylinder guys are running 620s. So it's huge, and it's real current. People of today understand it. When we first got all the boys together, and then we decided to run this class, we were sort of a little bit, we weren't really intimidated by them, but we knew we had a job to do because they were running so fast. But slowly, we're clawing our way back into the scene, and I think we've got a very, very fast and reliable, consistent race car. So on any given day, George is he's a dream. He's a monster on that start line. He hasn't been beaten out of the hole like in 2 years. So he's a competitor, and he knows how to play the game. So he's very, very hard to beat on race day.
I just want to dispel a bit of a myth right now. Do Factory Extreme drivers care about winning?
Absolutely, absolutely. Look, we like to set a record, obviously, but winning, George just loves nothing better than beating that guy next to him. And, and especially Joe, like there's a long history between George and Joe from Gas or even like Stanek or Malcolm Glassett, all the boys, like there's always a little bit of ribbing going on. Normally, the guys that lose have to shout the winning team drinks that night. So there's a lot on the line, mate. There's definitely a lot on the line.
All right, well, they've made the trip from McDonald's to make it here to the 2014 Fuchs Winternationals. Keep an eye out for the Pack car. It is absolutely incredible. And that world record, 6.27 seconds. Would love to see them beat it.